Today, our topic in ethics and social responsibility is individuals' social responsibility to combat income inequality in the society. Uh, Individual mean without the help of government. So, as usual, I have divided this topic also into two parts. So, let's start with the first one. Uh, First of all, we will define what is income inequality. So, income inequality is an extreme concentration of wealth or income in the hands of a small percentage of population. It has been described as a gap between the richest and the rest. So, basically, inequality equal mean when the things are distributed equally, and inequality mean when things are not distributed equally. So, income mean the money or the pay you are getting or the wealth you have or the assets you have. Inequality mean some people have more money and some people have less money, and it is a gap between the rich and the poorer. So higher the gap, bigger the gap, higher is the income inequality. So and it is a very bad thing for any society or for any economy for that purpose if there is a higher income inequality. So it is also social response. Basically, it is the responsibility of government's economic and fiscal and monetary policies to fix this issue. But uh, since our subject is about our social responsibility towards societies, so I added this topic into the our syllabus. So as I explain it, that the income inequalities, and Pakistan is one of the worst country in the world about this, and it is index is called Gini's index, is about the income distribution in Pakistan is very on the low side. So rich are very rich and poor are very poor. And about, I was reading something, I forgot the exact amount, because about few percentage of people are having the amount of money which, like, maybe 70% of the whole population have the money. So few people have more money, and it is same with the all over the world. But as the developing economy or underdeveloped economies or underdeveloped countries have this gap is the bigger, and the bigger the gap is, some most of the people are under the poverty line. So this is a big issue in any country, and this is become also economic issue, become a social issue. When you are poor, you don't have money, it raises a lot of social issues. And if you see around, you will see the lot of issues, ethical issues, and this kind of things are due to not having enough money or income to the people. So what they do, that they, all there are many crimes due to this. People are doing unethical thing, unethical practices. So all every government in this every government of the country tries to combat the income inequality, but most of sometimes they become successful, they sometimes they don't. And it is a alarming trend that is the gap is increasing. So for this reason, this matter or this issue is becoming more critical or more important. So we should give more attention toward it. And I added again, I'm repeating this, so you people should know how you will help. What is your contribution to reduce this income inequality gap? So individual social responsibility to combat income inequality in a society. So like I said, governments are doing changes, bringing the policies, and so, but it is also the responsibility of good citizens to fight the income inequality. So what I try to find out, I do little bit research and find out that how simple steps you can do, simple action or simple works as an individual you can do to to contribute to this great cause of reducing the income inequality in a society. So how can we do that is like few steps like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 steps I did. So number one is, I will tell you one, and then I will explain you, and it's also we keep explaining in the second part of my lecture as well. So take the lower income people to the voting, then help people to claim welfare benefits they entitled, then help your friend to get a job, advise them to stay out of debt, loans, tip more to your server or every time, then buy from the smaller vendors. And then last but not least, I was just doing research that cross class marriages, rich people should marry with the poor person, rich person should marry with a poor person, vice male or female or female. So let's explain by one and one. The first one is take take the lower income people to the polls for voting, because usually they don't vote even. So if they will not vote, then maybe they cannot select the government which will be more inclined toward their issues of poor. So the first thing you do when, as a good citizen of a society, convince people to go to vote and vote for those people whom they think that they will when they if they will come in power in government, they will do something to enhance the uh, poverty elevation programs, and they will more money, or more they will bring the policies where poor people have more benefit as compared to the rich people. So this is the way you can do simply the day of election. And also, if you know someone and you are fair and ethically right, so just suggest someone to vote, because sometimes they might even not know this thing. For this reason, education is very important. So you educate them about political scenario of the what is going on and who is good and who is not good. But again, you should convince them and take them to the polling stations. So take more people of lower income to the poll for the vote. Getting more lower income people to the polls could go a long way toward reducing income inequality, but it may help that elected member enact laws those could narrow the gap, including tax law, minimum wage, or social welfare in health and education or in housing. So these all things, like I told you, they might make the policies which help the poor people to and come out of that poverty trap. So next is help people to claim the welfare benefits they are entitled. Like all the governments, they have like zakat fund, they have like welfare fund, they give the packages, they give to the poor people. Like recently we have seen that government have distributed like 12,000 rupees to about 1.2 or 3 million families. So but these poor people sometimes they don't know how to get that, and sometimes they are cheated. That people, even they are entitled for 12,000, they will go and people will give them maybe 5,000 or 6,000 or 7,000, and the rest the money they will put in the pocket. So it is also your duty or your responsibility to tell them and help them, and if they have issue, go with them to the offices, and so they can claim their benefit, because it is their right to get that benefit, because this is taxpayers money which they are getting. And and since as a good citizen you must be taxpayer, so you should be take care of things that the money should go to the those people who deserve them, instead of government or government employees or other peoples are taking and putting in their own pockets. So program like a supplemented income scheme or scholarship or low income housing schemes to keep poor people above the poverty line, but many people aren't taking advantage because they don't know. Since they don't know about it and don't know how to get them to, so provide awareness about these programs to low income. So awareness, this is your job to have a awareness about those things. So it's very important that since you are college graduate, university graduate, you are educated. So this is your duty or your responsibility uh, to take people's and I mean aware, make them awareness, because most of our things are become electronics. Maybe they don't have a idea about how to get that, how to fill the forms, how to what app they should have. So these are all because words are becoming more and more technological. So, and technological is in a one way is good because they are bringing more technology and bringing more automation in these programs, though there will be less cheating. But the disadvantage is the most of these poor don't have those kind of technology. So help them, teach them how to they will get this benefit from that. So first taking them polls, and then the second one is that keep make them aware about the all the governments, which governments are giving benefit to them, including scholarships. You have friends which deserve scholarships, but they don't know how to apply. And if you know them, you should help them to get that. They get them scholarship for the education. Like I said, education is the best, most important thing to get out these people from the poverty trap or poverty above the poverty line. So another thing, the next is uh, help a friend to get a job. This is very important. I will tell you one thing, and I believe myself in that. For this reason, I always try that if I know someone, I know some my student and he's deserving, I will recommend him or her for the job. So at least take them to the interview. Then I'm not take them to the interview. Then it is your friends or the person's performance that they will how they will perform. So but at least you take them to the interview level at interview stage, position. So then if they're successful, they will get the job. Give the reference. Try to tell people about job, like welfare programs. Same thing about jobs, because I will tell you one thing. Once if you will help someone to get a job, and he or she will get the job, it means a whole generation or a whole family is coming out of that poverty cycle, or breaking the poverty cycle, or coming out of that poverty line. So it is very important that and same time, if job, or if you give them some idea about business, or if you help them as a charity, or give them a little bit money if you have. So this is another way of helping the people. So especially your friends and your relative, in even there's a saying in our society that first help your relative, then go outer circle. Because if your sister, your brother, your uncle, your aunt, your cousin want, if you see them because they are very close to you, and you have pain for them. So if you know someone, try to get a job for them, and or train them and tell them how to get a job. These all things are, because if you have a good job, it is you are in a business. So try to help them in getting on job, getting a start. They should have some in starting, they have a income. So help a friend to get a job, or help a relative to get a job. If you are employed, you may be in a better position to help your friend find a job than you think. Sometimes we think, oh, we cannot do that, but again, tell them, because I will tell you one thing. You insider people know more about job than outsider. Most of the jobs are not even advertised. So but insider, and study reveal that most people get job through networking. So, and what is more, companies are increasingly relying on employee referral to fill the positions. Since I know our society is becoming so corrupt that the merit is not the things, but still reference is very important. You try at least, take to them. Maybe not all companies are corrupt, because they maybe most of there are many companies, especially in a business area, which are working on merit. So if you think it's someone deserving that job, so give the reference. If you know that someone that he or she is hardworking or intelligent, or can do that work, so give the reference. I'm stopping this lecture here and going for the break for next class. Thank you.
Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to press bell icon. Thank you.